If this is your first time seeing me, I trust we are aligned energetically and that this message found you for a reason. And if it's not your first time seeing me, yes, I did chop off just about all of my hair and I almost crashed out. I'm not gonna lie, you guys, it's a big change, but I'm starting to get adjusted. It's just about exactly what I asked for. And interestingly enough, I didn't even say this was my inspiration, but the actress Isabella Merced has a very similar haircut to this. And she was kind of the first inspiration for me to go short shaggy, and didn't even say that in my appointment. Somehow ended up with that anyway. And so I'm like, she can pull it off, I can pull it off, everything's gonna be fine. But again, if you've aligned to this energy, you may resonate with like wanting to completely change up your look, wanting to do something completely different with your hair. I'm seeing like with your makeup, with your clothes, your wardrobe, maybe even getting new piercings, new tattoos, or something about like really wanting to do something with your appearance to match what is happening on the inside. Because I hadn't touched my hair in, I think, over a year. And so I don't know if it's like a clip season or what, but I was just like, I need a massive change. I don't resonate with this look anymore and I just want to completely shift it. And so again, maybe you're feeling that kind of urge right now as well. So that could be a sign of confirmation. But yeah, it's like funny how even sometimes we get exactly what we want and yet we still want to crash out about it. So again, working through it and we're here. So let's get into the message here for whoever this is aligning to. Okay. Something about receiving communication for an opportunity, some sort of shift that you are not even expecting or you're thinking is almost too far out of reach. There's something about you needing to really lay down certain burdens with the Ten of Wands. There's a cycle of burden and heaviness that is ending for you. And I feel like this has to do a lot with like people pleasing. This has to do a lot with, again, something to do with your identity. Like perhaps you've kind of taken on some sort of identity or feel like you take on some sort of mask around certain people, certain energies, even within yourself. Like there's something about you really coming to terms with who it is that you are because you've done so much introspection with the Hermit here. You've been in this Hermit energy. You've really taken time to reflect, recognize your shadows, work with them, bring light to them. And I feel like that is what's bringing in some form of communication, some sort of fast forward movement that is opening up opportunities that you didn't know existed. And we have the Nine of Cups that came out as well. So this is related to some sort of wish fulfillment, feeling very comfortable, feeling very supported. There is like you initiating this change, again, whether it be with your look or maybe it's like stepping in a new direction, starting a new project, okay? But there's something about like you taking steps energetically to shift what is happening in your reality. And that's what's actually leading you to a wish fulfillment. And again, opening up doors that you're not even seeing right now. So there's like a catalyst. Okay. So again, like I think there's a big message here. If you've been feeling the urge to change something up, whether it's like a habit, whether it's like how you're spending your energy, what you're investing your energy in, that feels like it could be a catalyst for these changes that are coming in. And with the Empress here, it's like, this is something that you are set to receive. It's something that you've been co-creating with the divine as well. And I do feel like you are kind of in this magnetic energy where you're glowing up, you're attracting things, you're not having to fight so much for what is yours. Like you just know that there is something that is destined for you, without having to force it, like really falling into the state of flow, of creation, of inspiration that is coming to you. Okay, so something about like following your intuitive nudges at this time, really leaning into your divine feminine energy, allowing yourself to be nurtured, allowing yourself to be poured into. And with the Five of Swords on the bottom, I do feel like this is coming after a time of like betrayal, hurt. Okay, I do see Queen of Swords here as well. Okay, it's through these experiences though that you've gained some insight that is necessary for the next chapter of your journey. You really have to, you've really come to terms, yeah, and the Three of Swords, okay? There's a lot of pain, but you're moving away from it. You're making the choice to go away from this, okay? And I do feel like this pain that has been circulating in this chapter that you're leaving behind, it's also caused you to do a little bit of self-harm. Like again, I'm getting called to like mention like my first knee-jerk, my initial reaction to getting my hair cut, again, exactly how I wanted pretty much, was to talk down to myself, was to like not feel pretty or not feel good about myself or something like that. So maybe that is something that you're also shedding, trying to again release certain expectations that you place on yourself that really don't benefit where you're headed. You know, negative self-talk, again, people pleasing, sacrificing your needs for others, yeah, really like taking the time to prioritize yourself seems significant. Prioritizing yourself, prioritizing your needs, and like protecting your energy, being really protective of what you're pouring into. And that is that choice that you're making again of moving away from something tumultuous into something very stable. And you're going to be receiving some sort of fresh perspective, new community. Again, there's something about a message coming in perhaps that is going to lead you to this new chapter that is so much sweeter, so much filled, with this like honey waterfall, so much more filled with joy and abundance after some major disappointment. So you're going through a massive transformation because we do have 2 5s here. And just trust that where you're headed is going to be so much more fortunate, so much more lucky, and you're so surrounded by love from the divine as well. I'm sending you love. Mwah.